Hello. How are you? Welcome to SS Express Media with Uzal Hussain. I shall discuss about stop stuttering when speaking English. Channel, SS Express Media. Language, English, with bilingual Bangla to English practice context. Reena, have you ever been in a situation where you know exactly what you want to say in Bangla, but the moment you open your mouth to speak English, boom, your mind goes completely blank. You start fumbling, your tongue gets tied, and you begin to stutter? You say, actually, I mean, and the confidence just drains out of your body. If that sounds like you, let me tell you something right now. You do not have a speech defect. You just have a speed defect in your brain's translation engine. And today, we are going to fix it permanently. Visual. B-roll showing a person sweating during an interview or looking nervous in a corporate meeting. Host. Welcome back to SS Express Media. If you are new here, hit that subscribe button right now because we bring you the ultimate tools to upgrade your life, your career, and your communication. Today's episode is incredibly special. We are addressing the #1 nightmare for non-native English speakers, especially across Bangladesh and West Bengal. ইংরেজিতে কথা বলার সময় তোতলানো বন্ধ করুন এখনই. Stop stuttering when speaking English right now. To break this down, we are doing a deep dive podcast-style masterclass. We'll look at why your brain freezes, the psychological hacks to stop fumbling, and most importantly, we will do a massive Live Bangla to English translation challenge that will retrain your brain to think directly in English. Sitting across from me today is a phenomenal language expert and communication strategist who has helped thousands of professionals smash their speaking anxiety. Welcome to SS Express Media. Coach, thank you so much for having me. I am absolutely thrilled to be here. You hit the nail right on the head. Stuttering or fumbling while speaking a second language isn't about intelligence or talent. It's purely about coordination between your thoughts and your tongue. And by the end of this conversation, our viewers will have a step-by-step roadmap to speak English flawlessly without a single hitch. Host. Perfect. Grab your notebooks, get comfortable, and let's dive straight into the body of today's masterclass. 2. The body. Part 1. Why do we fumble? 2:38 o'clock. Visual. Split screen showing both host and coach. Lower thirds graphic displays. Step 1. Diagnosing the English brain freeze. Host. Alright, let's start with the diagnosis. Why does this happen? Someone can write a perfect email in English. They can read a massive English novel. But when it's time to speak to a boss, a client, or an interviewer, they start to stutter. What is going on inside the brain? Coach. It's actually a classic neurological bottleneck. When we learn our mother tongue, Bangla, we don't think about grammar, vocabulary, or syntax. It's natural. But when we try to speak English, most people go through a chaotic 3-step internal process. 1. They think of the thought in Bangla. 2. They translate that thought into English grammatically in their head. 3. They try to speak it out loud. Here is the problem. Human conversation happens at lightning speed. By the time your brain finishes translating step 2, the conversation has moved on. This creates immense mental pressure. Your anxiety spikes, your adrenaline pumps, and your vocal cords tighten up. That is exactly when the stuttering and fumbling begins. Host. Wow. So it's basically like running a heavy software program on an old computer. The system just crashes. Coach. Exactly. It's a lag. And what do we do when a computer lags? We don't throw it away. We optimize the software. The stuttering isn't because your English is bad. It's because your system is overloaded with fear, specifically, the fear of judgment. Host. Let's talk about that fear of judgment. In our culture, if someone makes a small grammatical mistake or pronounces a word slightly differently, people love to mock them. Hey, look at him, trying to show off his English. How much does this cultural pressure contribute to the stutter? Coach. Massively. We are terrified of being embarrassed. When you are scared of making a mistake, your brain treats speaking English like a survival threat. It enters fight or flight mode. Your breathing becomes shallow, your heart rate goes up, and you physically lose the ability to speak smoothly. To stop stuttering, the very first shift you must make is a psychological one. Prioritize communication over perfection. English is a tool to deliver value, not a test to prove your purity. If the other person understands your point, You have won. Grammar can catch up later. Host. I love that. Communication over perfection. Write that down in the comments below, guys. Let's lock that mindset in. 3. The body. Part 2. The 3-step anti-stutter method. 8 o'clock 3 p.m. Visual. Slide transition on screen showing the 3-step anti-stutter method. Host. Okay, coach. We understand the why. Now give us the how. What are the immediate, practical steps our SS Express Media family can take to stop fumbling right now? Coach, there are 3 core techniques that work instantly. Let's break them down one by one. Technique 1. The art of the deliberate pause, slowing down. Coach, the first technique is simple but highly underutilized. Slow down your speaking rate by 30%. When non-native speakers get nervous, they try to rush through their sentences to get it over with. They speak at breakneck speed, their brain can't keep up with the translation, and they crash into a stutter. Instead, look at international leaders or global CEOs. Do they rush? No. They speak slowly. They use pauses deliberately. Taking a 1-second pause before a big word isn't a sign of weakness. It's a sign of authority. It gives your brain the critical milliseconds it needs to fetch the next English word without lagging. Rena, that makes complete sense. A pause doesn't mean you are stuck. It means you are in control. What's the second technique? Technique 2. Shadowing and muscle memory. Coach, technique number 2 is shadowing. Speaking a language is a physical act. Your tongue, lips, and jaw have to move in specific ways for English sounds that are totally different from Bangla sounds. If you don't practice those movements, your mouth muscles physically lock up. Shadowing means you listen to an English podcast, a movie, or a speech, and you repeat what they say exactly as they say it, just a fraction of a second behind them. You mimic their rhythm, their tone, and their pauses. By doing this for just 10 minutes a day, you build muscle memory. Your tongue gets used to transitioning between English words smoothly, eliminating the physical stutter. Rena, brilliant. It's like going to the gym for your tongue. And the third one. Technique 3. The no Bangla zone for daily objects. Coach, technique 3 is breaking the translation loop by mapping objects directly to English. Stop looking at a table and thinking, then translating it to table. Cut out the middleman. Look at it and let your brain immediately register table. Surround yourself with English media so your brain starts using English as a primary operating system, not just an occasional app. 4. The body. Part 3. The Big Bangla to English Translation Challenge, 3 p.m. 26:00. Rena, alright, now let's get into the most exciting part of today's video. We are going to do a live, interactive workshop. I am going to give you common, everyday sentences that we speak in Bangla, sentences where people usually get stuck, panic, and start stuttering. Our coach is going to show us how to translate them effortlessly, deal with the vocabulary bottlenecks, and deliver them smoothly. Viewers, as you watch this, I want you to pause the video or use the live chat comments to write down your own translations before the coach gives the answer. Let's see how many you get right. Phase 1. Daily conversations and small talk. Host, let's start simple. Sentence number 1.
Bangle, আমি একটু ব্যস্ত আছি, আমি আপনাকে পরে কল করব.
People often freeze here trying to remember the perfect word for all. How do we say this smoothly? Coach, perfect. Don't overcomplicate it. English, I'm a bit busy right now, I'll call you back later. Pro tip to avoid stuttering. If your tongue trips over busy right now, simplify it to, I'm busy, I will call you later. Keep it short. Short sentences are the ultimate antidote to stuttering. Rena, excellent. Sentence number 2.
Bangle, আসলে আমি আপনার কথাটি ঠিক বুঝতে পারিনি. দয়া করে আরেকবার বলবেন.
This happens all the time in corporate meetings. People panic because they didn't hear properly, and then they stumble trying to ask for repetition. Coach, right. When you panic, you say, what? I no understand. Split again, please. Instead, take a deep breath, use a deliberate pause, and say, English, actually, I didn't quite catch that. Could you please repeat it? Or even simpler, sorry, could you say that again, please? See how smooth that is? If you memorize a few standard phrases for common situations, your brain won't have to translate on the spot. completely removing the chance of a stutter. Rena, memorizing go-to phrases is a lifesaver. Let's increase the difficulty. Sentence number 3.
ব্যাংলে, আমি এই চাকরিটার জন্য কঠোর পরিশ্রম করছি কারণ এটি আমার ক্যারিয়ারের জন্য খুব গুরুত্বপূর্ণ।
This is a classic interview line. Candidates get tongue-tied here trying to sound highly professional. Coach: yes, they try to use complex words like diligently or paramount and end up stuttering. Let's keep the vocabulary clean and the delivery rhythmic. English: I'm working really hard for this job because it is very important for my career. Let's break it down into 2 breathing spaces. I'm working really hard for this job, pause, because it is very important for my career. By splitting the sentence into 2 parts, you give your lungs air and your brain time. Phase 2. Professional and office scenarios. Rena, let's move into office scenarios. Sentence number 4.
ব্যাংলে, আগামীকালের মিটিংয়ের আগে আমার এই রিপোর্টটি শেষ করা দরকার।
How do we say this without looking like we are struggling for words? Coach: listen closely to the structure. English: I need to finish this report before tomorrow's meeting. If the word tomorrow's meeting feels like a mouthful and causes a stumble, change the angle. I must complete this report by tonight because the meeting is tomorrow. Always remember, if you get stuck on a word, find a detour. You don't have to climb over the mountain, just walk around it. Host: find a detour. I love that phrase. If a word is causing a stutter, drop it and use an easier synonym. Genius. Let's try sentence number 5.
ব্যাংলে, আমি কি এই বিষয়ে আমার মতামত জানাতে পারি? আমার একটি অন্য ধারণা আছে।
Interrupting politely in a discussion often makes people nervous, which triggers a major fumble. Coach: absolutely. The trick here is to use a strong, pre-programmed introductory phrase to anchor your confidence. English: may I share my thoughts on this? I have a different perspective. If perspective feels too heavy for your tongue, say, I have another idea. Both mean the exact same thing, but another idea flows seamlessly without making you trip. Rena, brifting. Let's do sentence number 6.
ব্যাংলে, দুঃখিত, আমি আজকে আসতে পারব না কারণ আমার শরীরটা ভালো নেই।
Calling in sick or cancelling an appointment. How do we say this smoothly? Coach: simple, polite, and direct. English: sorry, I won't be able to make it today as I'm not feeling well. Let's practice the linking sound here. Won't be able to. Instead of saying won't, be able to. Blend it. Won't be able to. This fluid blending prevents the micropauses that turn into full stutters. Phase 3. Expressing emotions and complex thoughts. Rena, now let's look at expressing emotions or handling debates. Sentence number 7.
ব্যাংলে, আমি আপনার সাথে একমত হতে পারছি না, তবে আমি আপনার দৃষ্টিভঙ্গিকে সম্মান করি।
Disagreeing respectfully is an art form. How do we say this in English fluidly? Coach: this is a beautiful sentence. Here is how you deliver it smoothly. English: I'm afraid I can't agree with you, but I completely respect your point of view. Notice the phrase I'm afraid. It acts as a conversational cushion. It softens the blow and gives you a running start into the sentence, preventing an initial stutter on the word. Host: conversational cushions. That is an incredible tip. Let's do sentence number 8.
ব্যাংলে, চিন্তা করো না, সবকিছু ঠিক হয়ে যাবে। শুধু নিজের ওপর বিশ্বাস রাখো।
Consoling a friend or motivating someone. Coach: this should be spoken with warmth and steady pacing. English: don't worry, everything will be fine. Just believe in yourself. Look at how short and rhythmic those blocks are. Don't worry, everything will be fine. Just believe in yourself. 3 short punches. No room for stuttering at all. Rena, incredible. Let's do one final, long sentence to test our viewers' ultimate capacity. Sentence number 9.
ব্যাংলে, আমি যদি আগে জানতাম যে তুমি আসছো, তাহলে আমি তোমার জন্য অপেক্ষা করতাম।
This is a conditional sentence, past conditional. People always mess up the had and would have structures here, leading to massive fumbling. Coach: the conditional trap. Let's demystify it. If you try to calculate the grammar rules mid-speech, you will definitely stutter. Instead, practice the flow of this specific structure. English: if I had known earlier that you were coming, I would have waited for you. Let's break down the pacing. If I had known earlier, pause, that you were coming, pause, I would have waited for you. If would have waited feels like a tongue twister, contract it to I would have waited or simply say, if I knew you were coming, I definitely would wait for you. Even if it's slightly casual, it gets the message across without you choking up on stage. Rena, wow, coach. This live translation breakdown has been an absolute masterclass. I can literally feel the mental blocks dissolving. It all comes down to breaking long sentences into bite-sized pieces, using conversational cushions, slowing down the tempo, and choosing simpler words whenever a tough word blocks the path. Coach, exactly. You see, fluency is not about knowing the biggest words in the dictionary. Fluency is the ability to keep the river of conversation flowing without breaking the bank. If you can keep the words moving, even if they are simple words, you are fully fluent. The stutter disappears the moment you stop fighting the language and start playing with it. Host, what an unbelievable conversation. SS Express Media family, let's summarize the ultimate game plan to stop stuttering when speaking English right now. 1. Prioritize communication over perfection. Stop trying to be 100% grammatically perfect. Just get your point across. 2. Slow down by 30%. Embrace the deliberate pause. It makes you look confident and gives your brain time to think. 3. Use the deter method. If a complex word makes you stumble, drop it instantly and use a simpler synonym. 4. Practice shadowing. Spend 10 minutes a day repeating English sentences out loud to build physical muscle memory. I want to challenge every single one of you watching this right now. Don't just watch this video and close the app. Go down to the comments section below. Pick 3 Bangla sentences we discussed today, and write down their English translations in your own words. Let's turn the comment section into a massive practice arena. Visual. On-screen graphics showing subscribe, like, and links to previous videos. Host. A huge thank you to our incredible coach for sharing these golden strategies with us today. Thank you for your time. Coach, it was an absolute pleasure. Keep practicing, stay confident, and remember, your voice deserves to be heard. Rena, if you found this video valuable, please hit that like button, share it with your friends who are struggling with English speaking anxiety, and don't forget to subscribe to SS Express Media for more life-changing content. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss an episode. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep expressing yourself with confidence. This is SS Express Media, signing off. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye. Thanks all of you.